Just did it already. Good evening. Thank you for joining in to a certain point of view. I'm Dan.
Jason?
Chad.
And tonight we're coming from... Jason, where are we coming from tonight?
This is New Bordeaux.
New Bordeaux?
New Bordeaux.
New Bordeaux.
Yep, New Bordeaux.
New Bordeaux.
New Bordeaux.
New Bordeaux.
New Bordeaux or New Bordeaux?
New Bordeaux. And that's in honor of tonight, one of our gaming news topics. We're going to be talking about Mafia 3. Came out on Friday, and we're going to be giving a little mini review for the game. Well, I'll be giving a mini review for the game because I don't think either of these guys have played it yet.
No, I've been playing it nonstop.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Why don't I believe that?
I don't know.
You're pretty convincing, though. Yeah.
That's what I do.
So a lot of people were upset with you Saturday.
Upset with me Saturday? Why?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're like, how in the world did Jason get out of VR?
Well, I explained last
I
Wednesday.
know.
Or how did Raisin get out of this?
Yeah, that was technically what was it said. What was
Trash!
Thank you.
Thanks for the host.
Thanks for the host. Welcome, 3 viewers of trash.
Yeah, no, I explained that I had a really good excuse to actually get out of doing the VR stream last weekend. Yeah, a really good one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, wedding anniversary is a pretty big deal, I would imagine. You know,
Yeah.
it's a good reason to not have to play scary, spooky games. I saw you guys playing it in the highlights, and it looked like it was a fucking fun time, especially for Dan. I don't think I've ever heard Dan cuss that much in one sitting before.
I know.
Just
Yeah, I became trash.
yeah, it became trash. Don't get into that horse shit of a game.
Let's not tell the gaming topic, so we're good.
Yeah, we're. Oh, hey, Coulter, what's up? Yeah, no, we're gonna get into that later when we talk about gaming stuff. Horse shit of a game. It's already off to a good start. I think that I can't remember when I mentioned this. Were you here when I mentioned that trash?
Coco,
thanks
thank
for the
you.
host.
Thank you.
And thank you. Welcome, 14 viewers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Were you? I can't. This happened like 20 minutes ago. But were you here when I mentioned the fact that I was watching Trash's highlights and he rage quit playing Mafia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I heard that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, happy belated anniversary from Coco.
Oh, thank you guys for the anniversary wishes. It was a good time. We took pretty much all of last week off and just kind of relaxed, so it was good. Thank you guys. But yeah, no, his rage quit when playing Mafia 3 was it was pretty entertaining. If you guys follow Trash _ metal, and check out his I think it was like 2 streams ago. If you haven't made a highlight out of it yet, Trash, you should totally do that because it was really funny.
I want to see it. I want you to make a highlight of when you got eaten by the gator as well, because that was fantastic. Because I saw that part, but I did not see the rage quit. Yeah, Coco, I was like, I thought you were taking a rest and you were done streaming, so I was like
14 offline viewers.
Coco's streaming or hosting 14 people that are not existent.
Yeah, or they're there. They just like being in her stream. Even
Yeah,
though
they
she's
just
not
chill.
streaming. Yeah.
Just waiting for the next one.
I already made a highlight of the gator one.
Awesome.
Nice.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't. Oh, Chad. Yeah, I didn't even notice your shirt. That's awesome.
Oh, I read that really fast, and I thought that said Chad shit is beautiful.
No, that is an awesome shirt. Really underrated Zelda game. That's one of my favorites. I put that right up there, probably right under Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past. Like, I fucking love Skyward Sword. Really good.
No,
Long,
it was
though.
good.
To a gator once.
Fed my pap to a gator one time.
Your pap smear.
I actually haven't gotten eaten by a gator yet in the game. I've fed people to a gator in the game, and that's kind of cool. But I've never. I think there's a trophy for getting eaten by a gator.
Yes, yeah, because he got a trophy popped and he stopped and he went and saw what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done that myself.
So is that correct? Skyward Sword.
Yeah, that's Skyward Sword. That's what that's from. Really good game. Really long game too. My first playthrough of it, I think it took me close to 60 hours. But I'm kind of a completionist. Like I got all the heart pieces and stuff like that. But I feel like for a Zelda game, it's pretty lengthy compared to the other ones.
No,
but
definitely.
Yeah, definitely really good. Underrated Zelda game. A lot of people don't like it because of the companion. What's her name? Fi or Fi? The
Fo?
blue
Fum?
the blue girl who kind of over explains everything and then
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like it because of her, but I don't know. It's no worse than like Navi to me. Like Navi's annoying as fuck too.
Hey, listen!
Yeah, look,
Hey, listen.
but no, really good game. If you haven't played Skyward Sword, check it out. Anyway, what's everybody been up to?
Well, other than getting the crap scared out of me with Chad's VR, Thankfully, it ended, with some nice fun times doing the job simulator and just having fun and goofing off.
Yeah.
Kind of
Um,
relaxation.
little relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I got the footage downloaded, and I'm gonna try to create a highlight reel and
Oh, nice.
yeah, maybe do some slow mos.
I apparently need to work on my steering, like my yelling.
Well, that was the funny because like right afterwards, Chad asked me, he's like, "Were you exaggerating?" I'm like, "Actually, not at all. that is Dan in full terror." Yeah, um, EFP is what some of my friends have nicknamed it, emergency fetal position, because I just hit the ground. And just...
That's awesome.
It's
Um,
great.
I don't know. I don't think I could do it.
VR troopers.
Do you guys remember VR Troopers? I'm not sure I know what that is.
Mm. No,
Yeah,
help us, help you, help us.
elaborate on that a little
Yes.
bit more, Colter. You said you got caught up on Civil War II. I want to read it. I've heard it's written better than the first Civil War saga.
Wow.
But the first Civil War saga, I mean, it's good, but the writing is kind of like it's not a whole lot going on, and like as
Gotcha.
far as like it's not like over the top or like really really welly written. Welly written. I don't even.
Welly
know.
written.
I don't even know what I'm
Welly,
trying to say.
yeah.
It's just it's a good story, but it's not well written. Is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. And I've heard that Civil War II is better and better. It looks better, better written, better writers and stuff.
I kind of remember seeing something. I never watched it, but I know of it now that you're saying that it was linked to like the Power Ranger people.
Oh,
I remember
VR
seeing
Troopers. I'm gonna have to look
commercials
this
for
up.
it. Went with Power Rangers and Beetleborgs.
Speaking of which, did you guys see the? I know it's not one of our topics tonight, but did you guys see the Power Rangers trailer?
Breakfast Club meets Chronicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I instant Chronicle vibes as soon as I watched
huge Chronicle vibe.
VR Troopers. Don't know how I feel about it though. Like,
they're taking it total serious.
Yeah.
Way serious. Almost maybe too serious.
Chronicle vibe. So do they have like a bunch of GoPros on selfie sticks? Like
No, it's more like the environment, like where they find the crystals and stuff. It feels like it's when they find the crystal, kind of greeny. We're making up interesting words right now.
Can't talk tonight.
I feel like I should start making up words.
Yeah. So
this will work.
And a Fantastic Four vibe. Well, yeah, because Fantastic Four had a Chronicle vibe. It should have if that was actually just a Chronicle sequel and they ignored it being Fantastic Four movie, it actually wouldn't have been that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other thing about it that kind of had a Chronicle vibe was them like testing their powers, and they have their powers without being like morphed into the Rangers. So kind of weird, but it looks interesting enough.
This is VR Coco Troopers. The Lurker. Yeah, I remember. I remember the trailer. I never watched it.
I don't think I've ever watched it either. It kind of looks like what's that? What's his name? Not something. Is it Ultraman?
No. It's no. I know which one you're talking. Ultraman.
Yeah, Ultraman.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, I'll probably see it. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters or not.
Oh, that totally looks like Power Rangers, like hardcore Power Rangers.
Oh no, it's same company. Yeah, they're just like, how else can we milk some money out of this?
Yeah. Cool.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it just depends on what kind of audience you're going for and things. I can kind of see it going either way. I was just surprised. I knew they were going to take it more serious, but it just looks like flat out. If you didn't know what it was tied to, you wouldn't realize its roots type of a thing.
Yeah, it's very different. You got a different vibe than the TV show, but it seems like it's going to still have a little bit of a lighthearted nature to it. But they can't go like full blown TV show Power Rangers like they did with that first movie with like Ivan Ooze and stuff.
Yeah,
like, they just. I agree. It's like way too campy.
No, they gotta find a middle ground.
Yeah, and if you're gonna bother with rebooting it, then you kind of have to appeal to the mass market, and most people aren't gonna want to watch the TV show. They're gonna want the Chronicle version of Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
So
everyone wants the dark stuff now.
Yeah, I mean that R-rated Power Rangers short.
Yeah,
that was badass.
Yeah,
awesome.
I actually really liked that.
Yeah, so I think they're trying to kind of take the best of both worlds, like the grittiness of that, and mix it with kind of just the lightheartedness of the show and the source material. But we'll see. I loved Power Rangers as a kid. I watched the shit out of that.
I watched a little bit here and there. I was like getting out of the age of watching that stuff.
Yeah, you were
But-
like in high school. Though.
But the pink ranger made me tune in.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Pink Ranger.
Of course.
Couldn't stay away.
I read an article that I can't think of his name, but the guy who played the White Ranger and the Green Ranger was trying to get like a Power Ranger spin-off show just about his character.
Well,
Interesting.
he was like everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, but
Tommy?
his name was Tommy on the show, but I can't think of the actor. But anyway.
Yeah, more like what they did with the 90s.
Yeah.
Turtles. Yep.
So what have you been up to, Chad?
VR.
and yeah, more VR.
It's in VR.
I took a couple days break from it.
Did you?
Played regular games. It's really hard to get back into
All that
regular
Mafia
games.
you've been playing that you said.
Yeah, exactly. The nonstop Mafia. I had to kind of push through it. And
Yeah.
play it.
I'm surprised with not VR. You didn't have VR. You don't have VR face like I did right after that session.
Well, I didn't come right here from playing VR.
No, but with the amount, I thought it might start like perma
Just he's got like goggle eyes.
goggle
basically.
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Permanent ones, yeah.
Mhm.
But now I took a couple of days break because if you play it too much, it really starts messing with your head. Because I went to work the next day and I was like thinking I was still almost in VR because it was weird. I felt
And
like
you
I was
thought you were in the job simulator and you just started screwing everything up.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
I don't have to do this, right?
I was just like, I'm just playing a game, it's whatever. And then I was just like, no, I'm in real life right now.
I was watching a podcast, and the guy on the podcast had a very similar experience to that, where he basically said that he was playing. I can't remember what the game was, but he was playing PlayStation VR for a couple hours in one day, and then when he went to the grocery store, like he went to bend down to pick something up, but he was like doing it like he had the controller in his hand because it was like, what the fuck? I'm not playing the game. This is real life. What am I doing? And I want to have that experience.
No, yeah, Parker was like, he thought he had the controllers because he woke up one morning and thought he still had the controllers, and he was trying to shut off his alarm clock. So he's like sitting there like this, as if there was a hand in front of the controller, like tapping the.
Wow.
And this is only with a couple hours of playing.
Well, yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
So I agree, Ace. I think even though Michael Bay, I think his take on a Power Rangers would have been interesting. Isn't like skiing. It's kind of heavy. I mean, it just because you got to keep it tight, otherwise, like the light and outside kind of seeps in and it takes away from the effect.
Mhm.
Which it's harder. I mean, I never had that problem. I think it's with glasses that people are gonna have the issues.
Yeah,
Because I had to leave that extra little bit of space
Right.
for you.
Mhm.
But,
and it was only around my nose. Like if I looked straight down, I could see out. But
Yeah.
no, the entire time I played, I never saw the to take a break. Did it tell you?
it might on the consoles, but since mine's PC, I doubt
Yeah.
they're gonna give you that same explanation.
Yeah, PC's like Wild West. They don't give a shit. You can just fucking do what you want.
Master Race, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to live in VR world? Do it. They don't care.
You want to live and die here? You got it.
You got it.
No, you talking about that, about the whole the Parker thing, and it reminds me of the South Park episode where they think that they're all in a VR world the whole time, and
Yep.
they keep
Mess
Go-
with
going through the
butters
loops.
and
Yeah. Everything's a simulation.
yeah.
I think it's once you get a better, because right now, since they're still like at the beginning stages, the resolution isn't as great as it's going to be probably in the future. And with how much it already affects your mind, to where your mind is not used to something like this, so I think it's like tricking it into like, oh, I'm really here right now. And so it's like once you take it off, but a higher resolution.
When the
really gonna
graphics
screwing
when the
with
graphics start
everything.
catching up on it, it's gonna really start screwing with
Well, I've
people.
heard that it can even give you kind of that roller coaster effect. Like if the game has like an elevator ride or something, it makes you feel like you're actually riding on an elevator, even though you're just standing there.
Yep.
The
Parker
one
almost threw up one day. He was like, "I'm taking this off." No.
the one that it kind of tripped me out is doing the push forward motion like on a scroll stick for moving forward. I literally felt like I was hovering down the hallway.
That's so crazy.
Ooh, I'm a ghost.
That one at the beginning of Emily didn't affect you? Like when you're walking through the door and it just glides you in?
No.
That one affected me every time.
But the doors, I kept freaking out every time the doors would open. I'm like, Jesus, it hit me in the face. It's happened.
Yeah, no, I definitely need to try it. I'm too afraid to try it because I know, like, if it's awesome, if I think it's awesome, I'm gonna want it right away, and I'm just gonna spend way too much time with it.
And Ace, yeah, I don't know, because I think they came up with that idea last minute. I don't think they did a good job at casting the kids, other than maybe Butters.
Oh, the VR episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the actual kids that they got.
Mhm.
Because if that one was still like an on the fly 6 days to air type of thing, they wouldn't have long to cast the kids.
Oh, is that the one where they had the kid that was playing as like real Cartman or whatever?
Yeah, and at the end, it's all real people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a
But
confusing
the
episode.
graphics kind of sucked.
Yeah. It is a confusing episode, but it's a good one.
I like just Butters when he just goes whole Grand Theft Auto and beats up his dad and everything. It's great.
Yeah.
Steals a car.
Oh, I feel so real. Oh, yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, should we get into some topics and things?
Sure.
And stuffs?
Moving on.
All right. So, either of you guys familiar with the game Star Wars Armada?
No.
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 Did you just go into shutdown mode?
Yep.
Okay. How about you, sir?
Is that the Darth Vader one?
Nope.
Then no.
Okay. This is a miniature game, kind of in the vein of X-Wing, but instead of being individual ships, your entire fleets. So it's more the capital ships and then squadrons of X-Wings and TIE fighters and things. It's been out now for 2 years. And the interesting thing is they got this new expansion coming out that's kind of changing up the rules a little bit.
So it's a tabletop game?
It is.
Okay.
Yep. It came out after X-Wing. It's kind of in the same vein as X-Wing, but done on a larger level. And they're coming out with a new expansion called the Corellian Conflict. And this is versus just having like one battle. This is a series of battles of trying to take over the entire Corellian sector. So it adds a new layer of gameplay that more than likely you'd have to do over multiple sessions or something. It's kind of like what they did with Risk and Pandemic of trying to think of Legacy, where it's like an ongoing campaign type of thing.
Gotcha.
And so it's taking that existing game and adding a whole new element to it. They announced it, I guess, at Gen Con, but Fantasy Flight just officially announced it yesterday or today. And it just sounds awesome because, getting more value out of something you already bought is always a cool thing.
Mhm.
I mean, granted, you have to buy the expansion to do it, but
And they definitely do need to find some way, because a lot of people play board games, but it's kind of going downhill because there's all these video games coming out. So they do need to find some way of making board games to where it's like a more entertaining thing, to where, oh, I can come back to this later and
Right.
Yeah.
finish this up.
right. But unlike the Legacy series, which sadly is more like a one-time use, and then you have to buy the game again
Mhm.
because you have to open up envelopes and everything as
Mhm.
as it goes on. This is reusable, but I couldn't find anything on the exact amount of play time to take over the Corellian sector and get a victory, but it just sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds like going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was kind of getting that Risk vibe when you were talking about how you take care of the fleets.
Yes,
stuff.
right. Yeah, so you're trying to get, okay, let's get these planets taken care of in this quadrant, and taking over the sector.
No, Ace was talking about the South Park episode. Butters, I don't know why, but you're not grounded anymore.
Nice.
Yep.
And so speaking of VR stuff, my next topic is the PlayStation exclusive that is free as long as you have Battlefront.
Mhm.
So they just dropped a new trailer on that yesterday or the day before.
Okay.
So let's give this a whirl.
Whoa, look, see.
Little look-see.
Oh, look, we got small. Oh, no, we're small.
You said this is free if you already had Battlefront?
Yes. Well, I mean, then you have to have all the VR stuff,
Yeah.
and then, it destroys your room. But you get an X-Wing out of it.
It's an expensive game.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
What looks sweet? I didn't see any gameplay or anything.
Well, it's just
They actually had a gameplay trailer already at E3.
yeah. They've shown gameplay of it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more.
It looks pretty similar to that.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
It's pretty close.
Wow. Okay.
Now Battlefront isn't console exclusive. Is that just for PlayStation VR?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So even if you've got Battlefront on PC, you're shit out of luck.
Right.
Okay.
At least for now. I
At
don't
least
know
for
if
now.
it's a timed exclusive or anything, but
Mm. Probably is.
but Chad's got the demo version of the Trials of Tatooine, and that was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
It blew the 360 Star Wars Connect experience out of the water.
That game
God,
is-
that was garbage.
Game is garbage. Oh, he said that he's with you. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a teaser.
It was just a
ad.
teaser.
But if you've seen the E3 footage, it looks very similar to that. I mean, it's space battles basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a space battle as far as I know. Because being that it's free and everything, I can't imagine it being that long of content.
Yeah, it's probably like maybe an hour tops.
If that,
But
Yeah.
I mean, if it's only free if you have the game.
correct.
And all the VR shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like, so it's not free other way.
Yeah.
So if they're going to charge for it, it should be long.
This is EA we're talking about. It's going to be like an hour, if that.
If that,
Yeah.
Well, like,
I
how
say it's
much-
gonna be like 30 minutes. If that,
yeah, but like, how much price are they going to charge us if we don't have Battlefront?
you'd have to buy Battlefront.
You got to buy Battlefront to get
Oh,
it.
so it only comes.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, is it a separate game?
Oh,
as well that you
now,
can buy?
now we're on the same page. No,
Okay.
All Kinect games are garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part. I don't think I've ever played a Kinect game that I actually liked. I don't think I've really played, besides like Skyward Sword or like, what was that game on Wii? No More Heroes. Like, I don't think I've really played any motion controlled games that I've been super into. But I haven't tried any VR stuff yet. I know that's all, a lot of it's motion controlled. So.
Yeah.
But it's like simple controls, just opening shit. They haven't really they don't have any like VR games that are more involved with that right now, do they?
So far as like, what?
Just like very basic, simple control schemes, like for the games. Do they have anything out that like that's more like in line with like you're playing like a Wii game but with a VR headset on, sort of?
I'm trying to think of what exactly. you're
like he's
asking.
saying, like where it's also motion stuff.
Yeah,
Well, kind of like even the Star Wars demo, you get the lightsaber and you're totally
oh, you can still do
blocking
that stuff
the stormtrooper
Mhm.
fire. And
Yeah, 'cause it doesn't. It's not like it's going to need a lot of buttons because
Yeah.
a lot of what it's going to be in the future is just like you're going to make special effects and then
Mhm.
it does it for you. So you don't need like skill combos or anything.
Yeah,
But
yeah, but it's motion oriented because of the sensors and things.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I figured. And it sounds like, from the sounds of it, most of the stuff that's out right now for the VR is all like really short experiences.
they have some that are pretty long.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're slowly putting out like full size games.
That'll be probably when I actually move into thinking about getting it, or when they patch Fallout 4. When's the Fallout 4 patch supposed to come out?
They
Haven't heard.
Haven't heard.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
haven't said anything.
I'm hoping that, and then I'm hoping Skyrim gets the same treatment. I mean, why remaster it if you're not going to give it VR support? It's a perfect game for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Unless
that'll be
they're-
the end for me. You'll never see me again. I will live in fucking Skyrim forever.
yeah, where you can in first person view hear the guy telling you, "Oh, I used to be an adventurer too," until I got a knee and an arrow in the knee.
Yep.
Oh, you can just tell him to shut up.
Yeah,
in first
Battlefront's
person.
come down a lot in cost, Ace. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
And last up, got some new Rogue One trailers, or not trailers, but posters. And so if you want to go ahead and pop those up for me, not Kevin.
Not Kevin.
So we got the Russian poster that we were talking about last week, which is my absolute favorite. love that one to death. How the reflection of the symbol.
Mhm.
And this one just dropped today. This is the final American movie poster, and to announce that the final trailer is being released tomorrow morning on Good Morning America. So we will have the trailer tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know who keeps making the posters for these films, but like I love pretty much every Star Wars poster they end up coming out with.
Hmm.
Like the I think my favorite one so far to date was the Phantom Menace one, just because it has little Anakin in his
Oh
shadow.
yeah, the
The
teaser
shadows Darth
poster.
Vader.
Yeah,
Hmm.
That was like by far just extremely epic. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a good poster.
Yeah.
and then it's kind of hard for us to see from here, but on Jen Erso's face, you can, and like down in her clothing and stuff, you can see the Death Star plans.
Oh.
It's really like the original plans, like you see in Episode 4. You can see the all of it in there.
That's
It's
pretty sweet.
really sweet.
Rogue One or Doctor Strange?
I'm too much Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's Rogue One. I mean, Doctor Strange is gonna be. I'm very excited, but I could wait another year for Doctor Strange.
This is Rogue One. We already know the storyline to it.
I don't
It's already
care.
happened.
I know, but I don't care.
There's gonna be like no Force users in this movie.
Well, you have
There's gonna be a little bit of the Force.
you
A
got
little bit.
you
of
got
Force.
you got the Force worshiper that believes in the Force, and he lets the Force guide him
Mhm.
because he's blind. But
Well, just ask the Force for help or something.
that's not how the Force works.
But the posters are cool. When's the movie come out? December what?
17th.
17th.
Yeah,
So we're getting pretty close.
getting close.
Only right around 2 months away.
Oh,
And then it'll be another year of waiting for the next Star Wars movie. Is that gonna take its toll on you, Dan? Of just this constant anticipation, waiting for the next movie every single year? You're
When
just
were
slowly
they
gonna
gonna-
go insane because you have to wait for movies all the time. Like with the old movies, you had such a big gap.
I know it
between
used to be
coming
like
out.
it was 3 years.
Yeah,
and
now
then
it's
between
just-
trilogies, dear God.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
it's every year. There's something new coming out. It's gonna drive you insane.
Like-
all the waiting.
But I mean, there's been talk that they're going to shift it back to May.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I don't know if it's going to be Episode 8, or more signs are pointing to the Han Solo standalone.
The solo movie.
The solo movie will be the first one to be released in May.
No.
So, yeah, just in time for the Christmas special. Exactly.
Oh man, we have to talk about that at some point. That Christmas special.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Jesus.
oh, and that was another interesting thing, and I just realized that was a topic I wanted to pull up, but then these other things came up. Was they talked about 3 actresses for the Han Solo movie, and with their ethnic background and everything, I think they're going for who they were teasing to be Han Solo's wife in the comics.
Oh, okay.
And
I can't think of her name, but I know I can picture who you're talking about.
Santa.
Yeah.
Sansa.
I was like,
Santa?
Santa?
Sansa.
Santa?
Santa?
Santa? Yeah, for the Christmas special, it's Santa. Sansa Solo, but eventually came out in the comics. No, she's not, but they did technically get married for a con,
Hmm.
and so there's a good chance that that's who that actress that they're trying to find right now, because they all kind of have that look. What's his name? Eldritch.
Oh yeah,
Um,
German guy.
Yeah, that one guy.
He was in Hail Caesar, and that was kind of his breakout performance. And after watching that movie, I'm completely sold as him being. He's going to rock it. He's really going to do a great job with it.
Yeah, I think he could pass for a young Han Solo. It's still like kind of a wait and see movie. Like it's one of those movies where it's like, do we really need this? Like out of all the characters to do a backstory movie for, why Han Solo? You know, it's kind of
Well, because they just killed him off.
well, yeah, but it doesn't have the same appeal or the same effect by making another movie without Harrison Ford. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison Ford is Han Solo, and if you're gonna stop making movies with him in it, then killing him off is the best way to do that. It seems a little weird that they're going back and doing a spin-off with that particular character. I'm all for the Star Wars stories movies. Sexy, hot,
Yeah.
hunky.
Hey,
I'm into that.
I made the Kessel Run less than 12 parsecs.
Um, But yeah, no,
13%.
this is the one that I'm like kind of not as excited for. Like, I really want to see Rogue One, but the Han solo movie, like, I'd rather them have done like a Boba Fett thing or something to
I
start
want a
with.
Yoda. That's what I want a backstory for.
See, I don't know. I like the fact that Yoda's kind of mysterious, you know,
You know what? He's run
And
out
he's-
his mystery. Okay.
and he's old as fuck. So like,
Yep.
if they're gonna do a backstory movie for him, they should do like a way backstory
Yeah,
movie for him.
exactly. And that
Well,
would
like-
show us more of the past. Of
Like
Star
in
Wars.
Clone Wars, how they the lightsaber droid creator droid's like, I haven't been on an adventure since Master Yoda got his lightsaber. It's
Mhm.
like, oh
Damn.
my god, dude, time to tell that story now.
Yeah.
Young Greedo Chronicles.
Oh, that'd be. See, I would be way more into that than I would be at the Han Solo movie. And
I-
like, if they put Han Solo in as like a cameo, but it was a Greedo movie, like
Showing that rivalry a little
Yeah,
bit more.
Let's tell the backstory about what happened there.
Hey, Greedo, let's
then
see
they
if you can
end the
shoot
movie-
faster.
They
then
could totally be
they
doing that
end the
too.
movie with the shooting scene.
Mhm.
And
That's yeah, that's where the movie ends.
Greedo
That's the end of
Greedo was in one episode of Clone Wars as well, so it shows that he's older than people think he is.
Mhm.
And you'd think he'd be better shot by now, but
Yeah, if they're doing a backstory, they could totally be doing the Greedo Han rivalry. That'd be awesome. I'd be way more into the movie if that's what it was.
nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird, but I think it'd be cool.
Even if there's just like a nod to it,
Hmm.
I that would just be an awesome cameo.
Yeah. Do you think with that are they gonna? I mean, they'll probably have Jabba in it. I would imagine. I mean,
Very good chance.
yeah,
It's a very good chance.
yeah. Maybe I mean with Rogue One telling the story before Episode 4, maybe the Han Solo movie will be kind of doing the same thing. You know, showing what Han was up to before A New
Show
Hope.
kind of a darker side of Star Wars. Because, he deals a lot with the underbelly of
Oh yeah,
society type deal.
just
Ace,
kind of.
I highly doubt it with how much they got into that in Clone Wars, because they did a lot of great work with it during then. That, I mean, down the road, yes, possibly, but right now, I can guarantee you that wouldn't be anywhere in the near future.
Yeah,
It'd be cool, but yeah, plenty of good Clone Wars war stories, of some that just focus on the clones themselves, and those were some of the most acclaimed episodes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So if you want Clone Wars stuff, definitely watch the Clone Wars.
indeed.
Yeah.
If you want Clone Wars, watch Clone Wars.
Cool.
Cool. All right.
All right, so let's move on and talk about some gaming stuff. Where did I put my notes? Oh yeah, here. Not a whole lot coming on this week. There's a lot of new releases. Mafia came out Friday. Gears of War came out last week also, and then I think Battlefield 1 is already in early access right now, like for people to play it. So lots of stuff coming out. And we're going to talk about Mafia in a minute. But the first topic on the list is actually about Star Citizen, which is a game that I know you actually... Do you back this on Kickstarter?
I have not
Oh, you
yet.
haven't? Were you thinking about it?
I definitely have. I'm glad I haven't yet. Because yeah, I mean, at one point I was considering like $120 investment type of a thing.
Well, basically, Star Citizen, which is it's a massively multiplayer online role-playing game that's kind of set in like an expansive space universe, space combat, all that type of stuff. It also has a single-player section with co-op gameplay called Star Citizen Squadron 42. And apparently, they were trying to get that released sometime this year, but it's actually been pushed back until 2017. And they have no... the developer behind it, they haven't actually talked about any expected release date in 2017. The only thing that they really said was that they were moving it back because they were hitting a snag in development. Which, if you know about Star Citizen, it seems like that's the whole development cycle for that entire project.
The thing is this shows Star Citizen shows a big learning curve on the Kickstarter stuff, right? It's awesome when you make a lot more money than you're originally expecting, but they just kept on going, hey, if we reach this goal, we'll do this.
Mhm.
And then it just got insane, and they bit off a lot more than they could chew.
Yeah.
Is what happened. Instead of, let's make a modern day wing commander, which was the original goal.
Mhm.
And then it became this whole epic universe thing, and just, okay, and then we'll have a first-person shooter in it, and all this other stuff, and we'll have this many more ships and galaxies, and They
Yeah,
yeah.
it's one of those projects that sounds like it's almost too ambitious. Like they just have so much that they're trying to do with this game, and
I still know it's going to be a lot more satisfying than what happened with No Man's Sky,
yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
and it won't be that kind of thing, but it's definitely going forward. Lesson learned for other companies when they're doing this stuff, because then they're going to need to reprioritize, right, to start getting this stuff out, and they've been starting to go, okay, we're going to focus on this and get this out, type of a thing.
Yeah,
um, but they even have been offering refunds.
so yeah, I think I heard about that
Yeah,
too. But yeah, it's one of those games that's just ongoing development. It just like
development hell.
development forever, and they keep pushing it back, pushing it back.
Rather than push it back than release a No Man's Sky.
Yeah, but at what point is it, with it being a Kickstarter game, at what point is it like, are they trying to do too much with this?
Well, have they released it at all to where you can play it?
I think in bit like little chunks, like kind of little preview demo stuff, but I don't think there's any real like version of the game out there that you can mess with.
It's
They should
they got
do
the
that.
flight. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they should do that so that way that you can actually play it while they continue to work.
No, they. I mean, they
Mhm.
do have stuff, but I don't know. They're trying to get like this first person shooter part. They're trying to get that wrapped up
Hmm.
to get that out there, because right now they just have the basic flight simulator stuff. But it's the Gambit. Yeah, the most popular game was, I'd say, Mafia and Gears of War is probably,
Oh, of the games that are out currently.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I'd say Mafia is probably maybe up there, but probably Gears and then Battlefield One would be the two most popular, and that's just because they've got multiplayer. Multiplayer is always going to make a game more popular or give it more
Mhm.
staying power.
Oh yeah.
But I was watching Trash play it today, and he even made the comment. I was already thinking it. The graphics aren't that good
Which game?
for Gears.
See, yeah, it doesn't look like.
It doesn't look at current gen. It looks last gen.
Yeah, and that's actually a problem that we'll talk about a little bit with Mafia, is that for how long the games have been in development, they don't quite look like they are taking advantage of the hardware of the next generation systems, or the current generation systems, I
I
should
thought
say.
Gears had 4K resolution.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's not. Everything's kind of cartoony, and it looks last gen.
yeah, and maybe it's just the console version looks like that. I haven't personally played the game, but I do know that it doesn't quite. I don't know. It doesn't look where it should be for this, where we are in this generation of consoles, and PC hardware also.
Yeah, I've been reading that. How about you? Have you encountered those glitch issues?
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that in
Yeah.
a minute.
Okay.
So we'll go on and move on to the next topic. This one's about we're sticking with all sad gaming news this week. So
Wow.
Star Citizen delay and Cuphead has also been delayed. Now this is an indie project. Have you been paying attention to this game?
This game looks amazing.
What this is?
You don't know what this is?
I've never.
It looks
heard
like
of this.
an old school, like early Disney animated cartoon,
Mhm.
like Steamboat Willie. So it looks full hand drawn animation, and
So the thing about it is, the game was, when it first came out, it was kind of like a boss rush game where it has that old school Disney animation art style, but it was basically you play as Cuphead, the character, and you just fight these crazy bosses. And then because that looked so cool and people were so into it, they decided to turn it into a full-fledged platformer. So it's got full levels and things like that now. But apparently the game was supposed to come out by the end of this year, but they've actually pushed it back until the middle of next year. And they basically just said that they were they were discussing reducing the scope of the game to make it fit 2016, but they felt like that would be kind of shortchanging it. So instead of making the game smaller to get it out this year, they're just pushing it back until next year so they can finish building what they want the game to be like. But yeah, it's really cool. If you don't know anything about it, definitely check out the trailer. Like
it's awesome.
It looks like it literally look. You know how like when you think about like how Stick of Truth or Fractured Butthole looks just like an episode of South Park. This game literally looks like an old animated Disney film.
But twisted.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely cool. It's Xbox One and PC exclusive. But yeah, it's gonna delayed until 2017. But it looks so sad to hear about that. But it still looks like it's gonna be pretty sweet.
That's how they get you.
Yep.
Get you.
Oh, let's tip our cups to Cuphead.
Okay. So now that we've been talking about Mafia a bunch, let's go ahead and move on to talk about Mafia. So yeah, Mafia 3 came out, and I've been playing it a lot on PS4. Basically, I figured I'm the only one here who's been playing it, so I figured I would just kind of give a little mini review of the game because I'm not quite finished with it yet. I'd say at this point, I'm probably like right about 65-70% of the way done. I only have 2 more districts left to take over before I've done all of that stuff. And then, after that, I don't know if there's any actual main story missions before you get to the end or if taking over the districts just unlocks the final mission. But basically, Mafia 3, it's been in development for like the last 6 years. It was, they actually, 2K Czech actually started development on it in 2011, right after Mafia 2 released, but they had some weird studio troubles, and so the 2K went through a whole restructure, and a lot of those people got migrated into a brand new development studio called Hangar 13. And Hangar 13 is kind of comprised of a lot of people from 2K Czech, but there's also their head writer worked on Force Unleashed and then some other big game. I can't think of what it is, but it's kind of an amalgamation of developers from a bunch of different studios. So these are guys that are all experienced in the gaming industry. But this is their first project as a team together, and it's a sequel to Mafia 2. Obviously. But basically, it's been getting really mixed reviews lately. I think IGN finally posted their official review because it didn't get any pre-release copies out there. And IGN finally posted their official review, and they gave it a 7.5. Basically, it's a good game, but it's got a lot of problems. And I don't think GameSpot's reviewed it yet. PC Gamer reviewed it, and they gave it a 54 out of 100. And from what I understand, the PC version is not up to snuff. Like, it's really poorly optimized. And when the game first came out, it was only running at, they had it capped. They had a 30 frames per second cap on the game. For a PC game, like, it's ridiculous. So then, like, garbage. Over the weekend, they actually came out with a 60 frames per second unlock, so you can basically unlock the frames or lock it at 60. But apparently, the game's really poorly optimized for PC, so even people that have, like, really high-end PC hardware, like 1080s or whatnot, still can't get it to max out at 60 all the time. It'll run well in interiors, but when you're outdoors or, like, in the bayou and stuff, it kind of crashes or doesn't run very well. But anyway, as far as like my opinion of the game, storyline-wise, I think it's actually really cool. It takes place in 1968 in a fictionalized version of New Orleans called New Bordeaux, and basically you play as a character named Lincoln Clay, who is he went off to Vietnam and was kind of like a special forces operative in Vietnam, and he grew up an orphan, and he the orphanage that he was at was actually run. There was a guy there named Sammy, and he was kind of a member of the black mafia of the area. And so he goes off, Lincoln, when he gets old enough, he goes off to war, and then when he comes back, he kind of falls back into a little bit of a life of crime. And without major spoilers or anything, there's a job that he gets tasked to do by the head of like the whole mob of the New Bordeaux, who's named Sal Marcano. And they basically get betrayed during that. And so because of that, he goes on this vendetta to basically kill all of the mobsters in New Orleans or New Bordeaux, and in doing that, taking out that mob and then establishing his own mob. And there's a couple underbosses that you can use. There's a Haitian mobster named Cassandra. There's an Irish mobster named Burke, and then Vito from Mafia 2, who you played as in that game. He's actually an underboss in this game, and you can assign them all basically different districts. So the chunk of the game starts off really awesome at the beginning because it's kind of told non-linearly, where it's story missions back to back to back to back. And then once you get past that first initial chunk, the game opens up, and basically the way the game works is there's 9 districts all throughout New Orleans, and you basically have to capture each district in order to unlock the next story mission. And a lot of the problem that people have been having with it is that the district missions seem like they're filler, whereas everyone is exactly the same. The rackets are different, so like one district might be like a car theft one might have like a drug trafficking one or something like that. They're all different, but what you have to do is basically the same. You just have a bunch of different little side missions where you kind of steal money from them or blow up their shipments or stuff like that to whittle their distribution down.
Typical open world
Yeah. And
side
then
quests.
once you do enough of that, then the racket boss comes out and you can take on. You can kill him or capture him, convert him into your crew, and then you just kind of move on, rinse and repeat with every single district in the game. I think, in my personal opinion, me being such a huge fan of open world crime games, like especially Grand Theft Auto is like my all-time favorite game series. So me being a huge fan of that, I've really enjoyed this. Like the moment-to-moment gameplay for me has been, it's what I like. Like I like.
GTA texture.
Is it a GTA texture pack? No. But like I've been really enjoying it. The moment-to-moment gameplay for me is basically what I like about Grand Theft Auto games, like the third-person cover shooting, the mafia gangster type setting, and just killing people and just going around and fighting mobsters and stuff. Like that's the stuff that I like about those games. So that's what this game has in spades. But I think that's why a lot of people aren't into it, is that it feels very repetitive. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I've been comparing it most to is like, think about how like Far Cry 4 or Far Cry 3 is, where you have outposts all around the map, and you can go and you can take them on however you want. And this game has that like going for it. Whereas you can be stealthy, you can go in Rambo style if you want. So like they give you the freedom to approach things in different ways, and depending on like how many rackets you give to each underboss, it gives you more abilities that you unlock. Like you can, if you get the cops on you, you can call and like one of your underbosses, and they'll wipe your wanted level for you, or like you can have guns delivered to you right away, or like special ammo perks and things like that, just based on who you give districts to. So like that gives you a little bit of an element of strategy, I guess, a little bit of thinking about what upgrades you want and who to give stuff to. But overall, I think the setting is really cool. They really nail the 60s. Like this game has a fucking amazing soundtrack. Like just all of the hit songs from the 60s, like pretty much every single one you can think of, like that was a major hit, is in this game. And it just they nail the vibe of the 60s. They nail the vibe of the setting, and it's really detailed. But I think the two biggest issues with it are that it's really repetitive and it's really buggy. Like this game probably needed another month of polish, like maybe even a month and a half, 2 months of the polish work done up to it. Playing it on PS4 so far, I've had the game crash to the home screen on me 3 times in the middle of playing it, and I don't actually. Well, yeah, but I mean that's
not bad.
It is bad.
It's not too bad compared to.
Well, yeah, I mean now everything has got that comparison to
That
it.
was in one day. I've had more than that.
Yeah. So like three big home screen crashes on the game, where it like totally stopped working. But the game has like this weird lighting problem where I don't even know really how to describe it, other than there'll be times when you're driving, and it mostly happens at like sun up, sundown. But you'll be driving, and the way the cloud system works in the game, like sometimes it'll actually cover the sun and actually cast shadows that way. Whereas in most of these games, the way that you get those daytime shadows is usually by like going under buildings and stuff. But this one has like the clouds will cast shadows, and when it happens, it almost looks like the ship from Independence Day is like hovering over you, where there's this just huge black shadow that's just following you everywhere you go, and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? But it's just the lighting system is completely fucked up, and it totally needed another like month or so of polish. Yeah, I'm almost done with it, but from what I understand, it's basically going to stay pretty much the same way throughout the end of it. But the storyline is actually really good. Like the problem with the game being kind of repetitive in those little mini sections is that there's not enough of the actual meaty story missions, because the story missions themselves are actually really good, and they all kind of have like a set piece moment to them. Like one of the early missions has you going through like a flooded abandoned amusement park, and that one was really cool. The one in downtown that I just did, basically there was a guy that you had to take out who was at the top of this hotel skyscraper, and you could decide like if you wanted to sneak in through the bottom of the hotel to get up there, or just go through Rambo style and just kill everyone on your way to the top. And that one was really cool. So those missions are awesome. They're just too few and far between. You have to do too much of the side mission stuff in order to unlock them, and I think that's the problem. The most open world games like Far Cry or something, you can do the story missions as you can just skip the outpost, skip everything, and do the story missions. You might be at a disadvantage by like things being harder because you haven't cleared certain areas.
You have more of a choice.
We have more of a choice. Whereas this game, it's very much you have to do this. You cannot proceed until you clear this out. And I think that's why people are.
They need a little bit more balance. Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah. But yeah, like final thoughts on it. Like I said, I would pretty much totally agree with IGN's review of the game. Marty Sleever reviewed it, and he gave it a 7.5. So definitely, if you're interested at all, I would definitely read his review and check it out because he basically touches on every major point of the game and. I would completely agree with it. It's not a great game, but it's by no means a bad game. But again, I'm playing the console version of it. The PC version sounds like it needs a lot more work. So if you play it on console, it's probably not that bad. Trash. Well, I'm not sure if he's still watching.
I don't think he's been around lately.
Trash. He rage quit playing the game because apparently he didn't like the repetitive nature of it very much. But for me, as somebody who's a huge fan of Grand Theft Auto, it's kind of right up my alley. But anyway, that's my Mafia 3 thoughts.
Yeah, but at least you still have the option to either do storyline or side missions.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they get you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So yeah, check it out if you're interested, or don't. Wait for a price drop. It definitely needs another patch or two, so it might be, if you're interested at all in the game, maybe wait a couple more weeks until they release another patch, because it's still buggy. And I'd steer clear of the PC version for sure if you're interested. Go console. It sounds like the Xbox One version is a little worse than the PS4 version. I guess it's having some more frame rate issues than the PS4 version has. The frame rate seems to be more stable on PlayStation. But anyway.
Of course. Makes more sense.
Pretty cool game. I'll probably have it... Friday will be the first day where I can like totally spend like as much time as I want all day playing it, so I'll probably have it beaten by the weekend. So
very nice.
Mm-hmm. What's been going on in chat? Oh, they're talking about...
Ace is giving Raylan a hard time about what console she's got. Trying to have her live in the now.
Like a Super Nintendo?
I think she's got an original Nintendo, an original Sega. That's the way I read it.
On next-gen console, it really shouldn't crash. That's a shame. Yeah, that's the game you guys were referring to, No Man's Sky. Yep. That game,
I never said a name.
That's the game that shall not be named.
No, I was actually kind of funny because I was taking a look. I wanted to see what the workshop looked like for No Man's Sky. And so I was browsing it on Steam. I go to the store page. Store page literally says this. I have never seen any other game have this. It's like, refunds are not available for this game anymore. Do not try to ask for a refund for this game. I'm like, why don't you just put, this game is shit, do not buy it. Wow. Like, I've never seen that on a Steam page. Mm-hmm. Like, don't buy it. So many people have refunded it. We're not doing it.
Right on. The Division wasn't a bad game, but it was so disappointing it hurt. Yeah, I would totally agree with that. The Division had so much potential to be a really cool multiplayer game.
I'm glad I never actually played it. I got pre-release. I looked forward to it, but then I started hearing really quickly. I'm like, okay.
And yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game to bring up because I actually, for our old channel, I actually reviewed the Division, and one of my biggest problems with the game was that it was so repetitive. Like, every mission had you doing the same thing over and over and over again. And Mafia 3 has that same problem. But the thing is that it doesn't bother me as much because it's in a game that I like the setup for more, I guess. Whereas I like that gameplay style of driving cars and going around the city and shooting stuff in an open world versus with the Division, it was different and it just had you grinding and killing enemy. It's so weird how you'll be okay with it with one game, and then the other game has the same problem.
But I think it's more because you like this type of environment more, and more of the
Division. The Division had a lot of potential to be good, but it ended up being pretty average.
Cool. Let's see what's going on in movie news.
Yeah. So the first thing is about the new Predator movie coming out, which has a working title of Ollie.
Mm-hmm. Episode 8's working title was Space Bear.
Yeah,
and it had
Space
a
Bear.
panda.
Was that really the actual released working title though?
Yes, because that's so that way when they do location shooting, no one finds it.
Anyways, but so Benicio del Toro no longer a part of the cast.
Yep.
He's no longer going to be running the movie. Now they've replaced him with some guy that I have never seen before. He's apparently in Narcos. That I think that's the show that they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also going to be in the new Wolverine movie, Logan. So some guy's gonna take over Benicio del Toro. This movie's no longer looking any good to me.
That,
Yeah,
just because of that?
yeah, just because of that.
Wow.
I'd have
No,
to
it's-
see his actual acting, but
Is it being written and directed by Shane Black?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm still excited then. If he's still attached to it, then I'm still on board.
And
I'd have to see this
he's
guy's
only
work before how I feel.
he's only looking at the first film and possibly the second film. Everything
They're
else is being ignored.
Oh, as far as old continuity?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like what the
Predators
storyline
and
is.
Alien versus Predator movies are being ignored.
Oh, that sucks because I like Predators. You didn't like Predators.
Nope. There was some cool things, but it was way too much of a rehash and not enough new stuff. It was trying too hard to be wink, wink. Hey, remember this from the first movie?
Remember?
It was a Memberry movie. That's what Predators was.
Remember Predator? Remember how awesome Predator was?
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to see what kind of like some of his other stuff, but they said since they're losing Benicio, they're gonna start trying to up the supporting cast and to kind of make up for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that they're going more with a lesser known. You know, I mean, granted, when Benicio del Toro was, I'm bringing up Star Trek.
Oh shit! Don't bring up Star
I know.
Trek.
What are you doing?
I don't
Dave?
know,
You know what?
but you know when
I'm gonna
Benedict
leave while you
when
do
Benedict Cumberbatch took over for Benicio, I mean, he hadn't done that much yet. It was just pretty much Sherlock. 'Cause I didn't know who the hell he was at the time. I'm like, who the hell's this Cumberbatch guy?
that.
I couldn't even pronounce the name then. I'm like, Byron, and it came out. Yeah,
Yeah. Cabbage Patch.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll have to see. Because I mean, I'm not interested in most of the stuff that he's played in, but guess we'll see.
yeah.
I'm just not as excited as I was.
I mean, you can still get a good actor as long as the story's good and
Yeah, I wouldn't.
yeah.
Him not being involved in the movie isn't something that would totally make me, not interested anymore. If Shane Black was like, "No, I'm done. I'm not a part of it,"
Then that's kind of
Then
scary.
that
It's like
would be-
this.
Yeah.
We're all out of this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like the Russo brothers suddenly saying they're not doing Avengers anymore because fuck you, Marvel, or something like that. That's when you're like, oh, I'm a
Yeah.
little scared. What's
Oh,
happening here?
what happened?
Yeah.
All right.
But,
What else
yeah,
you got
anyway,
for
what
us?
else you
I
got?
guess we'll see. Then the second one is so they literally are just about to put out the second John Wick. And they're already talking about wanting to do a third one.
Yeah.
The funny thing about this though is that they said they had a lot of issues with coming up with a storyline for the second one. Apparently they had like 10 ideas that were just utter crap to them. And then finally somebody's like, why don't we just make a movie about what happened the very next day? And so I don't know how they're going to go from that to making a third one unless it's going to be 3 days is the story of all three movies. Just like over
3 days later.
Yeah, it's just like over 3 days.
That'd be kind of sweet. Just every movie is just one day.
Yeah.
Except it won't be like the 24 show where it's like, how did they possibly do all of that? in
And
one
Sigourney
day?
Weaver, Defenders,
in 1 day.
Defenders villain Sigourney Weaver. That's awesome. Shane Black, yes, he did direct Iron Man 3, and he was actually one of the actors. He played Hawkins in the first Predator movie.
Mhm.
Welcome back, Trash.
Ah, Trash missed my Mafia review.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's probably why he was waiting to come back for. Is after you were done.
I keep getting John Wick and Jack Reacher confused. John Wick is the Keanu Reeves movie,
Yeah.
and Jack Reacher is the
The
Tom
Cruise,
Cruise one.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Angry Tom Cruise.
Angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Angry Keanu.
Angry Tom Cruise. Basically the same movies.
Well,
John
no, well,
Reacher,
John Wick is
Jack Wick.
Jack Wick.
Jack Wick.
John Wick is you kill my puppy, prepare to die,
Killed my dog.
and he just goes on a rampage for the whole movie and just a badass. And
What's Jack Reacher about? Is he like a
he's
special
like a
forces?
formal special forces guy
Yeah.
that now is kind of like a freelance guy that
Mhm.
helps people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, and what I was kind of wondering is
Jack Reacher's awesome.
how they have the picture of him with the pit bull. I don't remember the first film because I haven't seen it in like a year, but like, isn't the dog he gets at the end of the movie like a puppy? Doesn't he get like a puppy?
I don't know.
Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
Because yeah, if they're saying it's the very next day, the picture they showed of him with the pit bull, that was a full-grown
Oh,
pit bull.
No,
So unless that
was
dog
it?
took some drugs the day before.
Yes. Oh, he rescued the dog from because it was at the vet clinic at the end, right?
Yeah, but I still thought it was like a young.
I don't remember if it was actually a puppy or not.
Yeah, I can't
It
remember.
might have been like a year old. I mean, like semi puppy.
So yeah, I mean, if this is the very next day, it's got to be the same dog because
Yeah.
no dog grows up that big in one day.
If they kill the dog again,
You're gonna turn into.
You can turn.
I'm gonna turn into John Wick and
Yeah.
go find the movie studio.
Jack
There you go.
Dan Wick.
Dan Wick.
Or maybe he'll just have his dog kill a bunch of people.
That'd be cool too.
Oh, that would be cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just that dog's killing these helpless people,
Not
Yeah.
helpless people. They're bad people.
but they weren't gonna kill his dog.
They're bad people.
Don't you hurt my fucking dog.
Don't hurt my fucking dog.
Put the lotion in the fucking basket. All right, what else we got?
I'm right with you. If I would walk out of the theater.
Is John Wick like Raid 2?
I haven't seen Raid 2.
I hadn't even seen Raid 1.
Oh, Raid is good.
Raid's good.
Yeah.
Isn't that Conja Club
Conjure Club?
from Force Awakens?
Yes. He did the choreography and stuff for the Raid movies. I can't remember if he's in it though.
From my understanding, the guys that are Conja Club in Force Awakens are the Raid guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shout out to Conja Club.
Trying to remember what your senior even thinking.
When Han Solo's in the standoff between the two gangs that say they
Oh.
owe him money
yeah,
and the
yeah.
short little Asian guys.
Yeah, okay, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're lying. I don't know their money.
Yeah, no. Raid is good.
When did I ever screw you over? What was the second time?
Then Chewbacca is just like.
Well, yeah, actually it was 2 times.
He said Raid 2's better, so I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, no, because Raid 1 was awesome.
Yeah, that first movie's like
Everyone thought it was like a complete misuse of them because like they're, martial artists, badasses, and then all they do is stand around with guns and then get eaten by Rathtars.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely got some great fight scenes in that movie.
Oh yeah, the
You should check
choreography
it
is
out.
ridiculous in that movie.
It's on my to-do list for sure. It's not
Yeah.
like I'm avoiding it.
And it's like nonstop. Did you like the thing that I as far as like the pacing of the movie goes? Did you like Dread, the remake of Dread?
It was a little bit of a pacing issue, but overall I did like Dread.
It's literally
I heard.
steal
Yeah,
from
oh, that's right.
Raid.
That is, yeah.
It's the exact same storyline except for basically stolen.
Yeah, and Raid is all martial artists and stuff.
So no explosions, like throwing grenades,
Mhm.
shooting at people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched anything on Trainspotting 2. I haven't even watched all of the first one. I just couldn't get into it myself.
All I've seen about the train spotting was they just showed the trailer with them standing next to the train.
And
Like,
yeah, no, that's
the
right.
exact same group. They're just sitting
Mhm.
there, and the train goes by,
Yeah.
and then it just says like 2. Or
And
whatever.
Ace, for me, that scene at first, I did feel I've gotten used to it, but I did feel it was the scene that was most non-Star Warsy feeling. But the dialogue and the standoff is really made that scene for me, and I've now accepted the creatures
Mhm.
because they did feel a little weird.
All right. What else you got for movie topics?
Wait, have you also seen Old Boy?
Old Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I think of the fight scenes from Raid, I think of that one scene where he's just going down the hall, just like with the hammer, taking
Mhm.
out like 20 dudes.
Yeah. No, those movies are ridiculous, but they're awesome.
Yeah,
That is
Raylan,
so good.
it's kind of like, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what they come up with, but
Yeah,
some movies should just be one and done.
I don't know if I've seen John Wick. Like, it sounds really familiar, but
It's amazing.
is it good?
Yeah.
Dude, he's crazy. It's
And
just an action movie.
It's a revenge story because somebody killed his dog.
Well, it's more than just that.
Oh, okay.
But it's mostly that.
It's mostly that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
mostly the only reason.
Well, because the dog was given to. This is at the beginning of the movie, so it's not really. It's the first 5 minute spoiler.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes, just
Yeah.
rewind it, watch it over again, rewind
Oh
it.
God, no. So it starts. He's retired, but his wife dies of cancer, some type of cancer. But she knew it was coming, so she's like, "I know you're probably."
Why are you spoiling this?
I told him it's the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, but it's like it's the most of the story.
It's fine. If it's first 5 minutes, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the first 5 minutes basically sets up the whole movie.
Well, and then just gives him a dog to
So it's
kinda
like
fill
her
that
last
gap.
her last gift to him.
Yes.
Okay. And then somebody kills that dog,
Yes,
and he's like, "Don't you fucking hurt my dog." And
close.
It's hilarious what happens. Trust me. If you watch it, you will start
Yeah.
laughing as soon as they're like,
Yeah, it's a
What?
cute little puppy.
I'll have to check it
And,
out.
yeah,
Wonder if it's on Netflix or something.
I don't know.
It's how old is it? Like a year, 2 years?
It's about
um,
2 years
yeah,
in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
few years.
Check it out. Watch it with not Kevin. Do you want to watch a movie?
Just
Movie?
So you're gonna watch it with somebody else.
when,
Yeah, watch it with not
when
Kevin.
Yeah, so you're gonna watch it with not Kevin.
Dub.
Thanks for the host to the
Thanks for
face.
those.
But yeah, just
Definitely check it out if you like shooter films.
Oh, I like revenge
action.
movies.
and
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love it then.
all the choreography and stuff. It's based on these certain fighting techniques,
Oh, okay.
and it's like one shot, one kill type shooting style. It's a crazy the type of training he went through.
So is he like supposed to be like ex-military or something, or is he just some random guy who's just super pissed?
That I will not say.
Okay.
That you don't
Too
want to know.
spoilery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, get to it.
Get to
It's to the face the ace.
to face the ace.
Yeah.
Not Kevin Bacon.
Not Kevin.
You're rad Chad today.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I started getting that since the VR session.
Yeah,
No,
Rad Chad?
Rad Chad. Yeah.
Because you didn't scream as loud as I did. You handled the scares better than I did.
Dan the Screamer.
Dan in the
a
white van, though, like that's
Yeah, I know. I'm still the
man,
creeper.
that is not a good thing to be known by.
But I am the white van. I'm
Oh,
not driving the white
so
van.
you are the white van?
Yeah, so I don't
Okay.
know. I don't really know what that really means.
To the face and not in the ace. Good one.
Not in the siege of Jadaville.
Jadaville.
Great military movie.
Hmm.
Oh, it's a Netflix original. Okay, probably pretty good then. Seems like for the most part, they've got a pretty good track record with their original stuff.
Yeah, they've been making some pretty good stuff.
And yeah, we'll definitely try in the future, and we'll make Jason do it too at some point down the road.
Yeah, they'll try, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I mean, I'll play VR games, but I'm not playing that fucking Emily game. Like, no way.
Don't worry, I'll
If
find
you
one
thought
that's
Dan
worse.
was cussing too bad during that stream, like every other word out of my
Don't
mouth is
worry,
gonna
that
be,
wasn't
fuck this,
even the
fuck
worst
that.
one. I'm sure there's a worse one out there. I'll find it for you.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Get out of one, so you got to get a worse one. That's how it works.
So
Oh, yeah,
we
what's
got
your last-
we got Venom up.
What's
here.
your last
What's
one?
going on with
yeah.
Venom?
So they're Sony and Marvel have actually said that they're rethinking of doing the Sinister Six and Venom films.
Oh, what we
Oh,
talked about
wow!
last week.
Look at that.
Yes.
Coincidence.
Yes. So
I think not. They're watching the stream.
Yeah, no, it's
Look at
it's awesome. They've already apparently said they're already working on a Venom film. They're already writing up the script for it and everything.
They still gonna do a solo Venom movie?
Yeah.
Like,
That's apparently that's their higher priority for them, other than Sinister Six.
yeah, but
Like, why not put out Sinister
We
Six?
didn't do
first?
Boogeyman. I know that. Oh yeah, that is supposed to be a scary one. That's one we'll make Jason do.
okay. All right. No,
I haven't even seen that one.
that one won't happen. Anyway, so they're
Let's change the
rethinking
subject there.
they're rethinking the whole Sinister Six Venom plans, but they still want to do
They want to start with the Venom.
a Venom solo movie.
Yeah.
Because everyone loves Venom.
Yeah, but everybody loves Venom when he
It's the money.
when he
If I had
interacts
to
with
choose,
Spider-Man.
I would choose Carnage, but between the two, I'd rather have the Carnage film.
Like, I just don't know why they would do a Venom solo movie. Like, it just makes way more sense to finally do a Venom and Spider-Man movie and do it well. The last time we got Venom in a Spider-Man movie, it was pretty shit. It really dumb. And he kept pulling his stupid symbiote back, like, constantly.
Oh, that was
and showing his regular face.
That was
It's
stupid.
Just a hoodie,
That's because of it being him and how much FaceTime he was probably contractually obligated to have, and it was just a bunch of BS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like, see,
Agent Venom.
I'd be okay with a Venom solo movie. I guess. Well, no, here's what I want. I don't want a Venom solo movie. I want like a Spider-Man Venom buddy cop movie where they have to go after Carnage. Like, not like actual buddy cop, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like a team-up movie. Kind of like with Thor Ragnarok is supposed to be kind of like a buddy cop Thor Hulk movie in space. I'd like to see like a Spider-Man Venom movie done that way where they're trying to go after Carnage. Kind of like...
they might
what's the
end up
storyline I'm
doing
thinking of? It's totally escaping me. Maybe, I think it might have been Maximum
Tom
Carnage.
Holland can dance as well as
he probably could.
They
did. There were some new set photos that came out with Tom Holland in the suit again with. But no mask on this time.
It's just a point that's not even like news anymore. It's
yeah,
like,
just like they keep showing more stuff from Spider-Man.
Another photo.
Yeah.
Maximum Carnage, I think, that's totally what I was thinking of. But yeah, something like that. Just like if you want to make Venom more of a hero or anti-hero or whatever, he's got to team up with Spider-Man
that would
or
work.
something. Yeah.
Well, they might be leading towards that. They might just slowly be, they want to get the most money out of this they can.
Mm-hmm.
So if they slowly work towards something like that, I'm sure they'll get money for every single film.
Starting with a Venom solo movie, though, I just don't know why.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it's them going, well, it's so popular, we got to do it.
I mean, he is popular, but...
We might learn more about why they're starting with that after we see Homecoming.
There's some strange stuff going on in chat.
Oh, Strange? Doctor Strange hype. Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, what's that movie come out?
3 weeks.
7th?
It's like the 5th or 6th or 7th,
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
early
Whatever the
November.
Friday is, because I know that's the day after I'm at Disneyland.
Mhm.
Gonna figure out what's going on.
Gonna be in
Yeah, 'cause
California.
I'm not even looking at anything for Doctor Strange.
I haven't watched since the first trailer. I've not watched anything.
I've seen there's been some TV commercials lately that I've been trying to avoid watching them when they come on. But the only trailer that I've seen is that like all the way through was that first like teaser trailer where he says like "teach me" at the end.
Yeah,
like that's really all I know. I know nothing about the plot of this movie.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, exactly. Rather go into something like this type of movie without knowing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because the less you know, the more entertaining it's gonna be. It's like, that was amazing. I'm glad that I watched this. And then you, after watching movie, take a look at the last commercial they did, and you're
it's
like,
why the fuck did you show all of that?
Nice. I basically could have just watched the film from home in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Pretty much. Like Amazing Spider-Man 2. Whole movie in the trailers.
Yep.
And even stuff that wasn't in the movie.
I'm just sick of seeing trailers where like you see a scene and you're like, oh, that's the end of the movie.
because
right there.
this is happening here and this hasn't. Oh, okay, now I know it all.
Batman v Superman. Whole movie in the
Whole
trailer.
movie.
Yep. Actually, though.
Actually, no, the Martha line's not in there.
No, but they probably would have saved you some money by just watching that second trailer because you saw the whole movie in that second trailer, and I mean the pacing of that trailer is way better than the actual film. So I don't
know. If you want to see the entire film, I think they should have just had somebody light a bag of dog crap on somebody's front door, and then filmed that while somebody stomped it out.
Doctor Strange should be good in 3D IMAX with LSD.
That would be interesting.
Oh my god. That
3D IMAX LSD.
Run the balls.
That does seem like a movie that you'd appreciate more if you were high.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Mm-hmm.
You see a guy actually bringing a towel.
All right.
That's how you know.
Knowing is half the battle. So what we got? What we got going on?
We can move on to pick of the week.
Pick of the week.
I'm gonna level with you. Did not get through this movie. I think I probably watched. I'm gonna say like the first about 30 minutes or so. No, couldn't do it. I
Couldn't do it.
No, did not like the documentary style of the movie. Like it's the way the movie was filmed. It almost kind of has a documentary feel to it. I don't know how to describe it.
It was made with $7,000.
Yeah,
and it just
budget.
like couldn't get into the cinematography at all. It's so much like weird technical jargon.
Well,
and shit.
and then you don't know what the fuck's happening.
And I had no idea what was going on.
Like I was saying. So can you tell me, before they made the time machine, what was their original intent for that device?
Dan, I know as much as you do because they never say what their
That's
original
so
plan was.
stupid.
It was like
Let's just see what happens.
it was. It seemed like it was almost like some sort of power generator, almost like the thing they made in Ark was like a power generator. I'm pretty sure that's what they were originally going for. Something along those lines.
Oh yeah, we should say
I watched the opening credits and laughed.
Yeah, we should say we're the pick of the week from last week was a movie called Primer, and that's what we're talking about right now.
Everyone's like boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Never watched it. Bored the crap out of me. Agree with Jason.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I
could not get Like I tried.
You
I
didn't try because you didn't get to the part where it actually starts picking up.
No, we're
30 minutes in doesn't even tell you anything.
Well, no, that's about where it actually does
get
at least somewhat interesting, and you get to the end, you get this. There's actually a little twist in there, and it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, the first 10, 20 minutes.
No, yeah.
Oh,
it's
between horrible character setup, and jargon out the ass. You don't know what the hell they're talking about.
No idea what the fuck they're talking about this whole movie, and then. I was like kind of reading about it a little bit, and apparently the filmmaker, he was like some like computer programmer, software engineer who was just bored one day and was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna make a movie instead of doing my normal job," and this was what he made. And I mean, it makes sense that that's what he would have been like with all the technical talk and all this other stuff. But it's just like,
I'm gonna be so smart, you're not gonna understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's just like, my God, this movie. Like, I already have a hard enough time as it is with like time travel plots and stuff. It's just kind of dumb, but it just no way. Yeah. I tried.
And it's
you had to finish it to get to where it really starts messing with your head.
Yeah. But again, I personally, outside of, I don't think it's a fantastic film. I do think it is a good time travel story, and once it gets to that 20, 30 minute mark and you actually can start following what's going on, at least for the most part, I do like that. And kind of the same thing on the one we had last week with the time lapse, right? Okay, how can we benefit from this? In this case, let's find stocks to trade on and, do that and blah, blah, blah. And then the twist, which is okay. I don't think the twist is that amazing, but no, I do like it. You gave up. Huh?
I gave up.
I like how my suggestions so far have just been like.
No,
No, your first suggestion.
Your movie sucks.
Way better than this.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Way better.
Let's
actually
bring back what Jason said about the first one.
Actually, no. I would say this is a better one.
Really? No way. Like
but
the first
you
one.
You have to get past the 30-minute mark.
The first movie at least felt like a movie to me. Like this movie just is like, what the hell am I watching? It just.
Well, it makes more sense if you finish it.
Well, it might.
To why it might be.
I might have to go back and try to finish this movie, but it just. I don't know. If it takes. If a movie doesn't grab me within the first 30 minutes, I'm usually out.
But that shows that they are not filmmakers. They're not serious filmmakers. Mine is the thing that I like about it, again, for time travel stories and how to handle it and how it's all thought out and talked about, and what they do with it, I think, is well done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I really like.
So what's been going on here? I know they were talking about the movie earlier about not getting through it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No. Really. Really poor Chad. Yeah. Like.
Sorry, guys. I just have horrible taste in it.
No, it's not the seriously. Like the first pick that you gave was. I didn't think that movie was bad. I just I thought it was okay.
I thought it was like garbage with like Febreze sprayed on it.
No,
so it wasn't, like,
he is
straight
not.
up
No, that is
garbage.
not. No.
I didn't think that movie was bad. I thought it was okay. This movie is a dumpster fire. Like there's just no way I would ever try to watch
Throw a
this
lighter
again.
with Febreze.
Jason, from certain point of view, calls Primer a dumpster fire.
Like there's just no way that I would try to watch this again. Like, I'm sorry.
Why don't you look at this in the view of like Ink? Ink had even way more budget than this film did, and
yeah, but see, Ink was
actually done by filmmakers.
And the problem with Ink wasn't that like Ink. Oh my god, Ink was slow, but it wasn't like confusing. Like it didn't.
No, I know this film is confusing.
Well,
That's
remember,
why I told you to have fun watching this film.
Yeah, and
so you already knew, like you were setting this up for failure.
And I had remembered seeing it. I watched it once, way back, probably when it came out on Netflix, like in 2005, 2006. Going, I remember by the time I got to the end, I'm like, okay, that was kind of cool, but I remembered hating the experience. And sure enough, it's like, God damn it, Chad. But at the same time, yes. It is a cool time travel story, but with so much jargon, and it makes you uncomfortable. It's like, and that's why it really kind of pisses me off, because they were just talking jargon to talk jargon.
Yeah.
Because they're not even know what they're making, and it's not explained what they're making. It's just like all of a sudden it's like, well, let's make this box and makes vibrations and stuff. Look, I can unplug the box and it's still going. Oh wait, look, there's fungus on it. You know what that means?
Nope.
It's time travel.
Don't know what that means at all.
Because there's a month worth of fungus on it.
You wouldn't know it. You didn't get to that.
Oh, did you even get to the fungus among us?
I don't think I got to the fungus part.
Wow. So you didn't even get to the time travel.
No, I was out, pretty early on.
Okay, no, I'd say more. You got maybe 10, 15 minutes.
No, wait, I did.
Did you see at least the part at the beginning where they're sitting around the table just talking about stuff that has nothing to do with anything?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
Are you sure? Because that was like right in the opening credits.
It's like he's like, nope.
No, like I've made it like 30 minutes in, so I'm pretty sure I saw like the beginnings of the time travel stuff. But again, there was so much just confusing jargon stuff going on in this movie that I could not.
They did make it more like it was an actual documentary where these engineers are talking to each other to where they would understand what they're saying, but anybody who's watching the film, they're like, "What? You're gonna put how much grams of argon?"
But it wasn't. But it wasn't
counterweight
fully
this?
done as a documentary, because it wasn't.
Yeah, if they would have maybe committed to that style,
Actually making it a true documentary and recognizing, yes, there's a camera guy that's actually doing this, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
It
was
kind of like
supposed to be.
Chronicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or any other one where you
like
got that.
found footage or something. But that's not what they were going for with this. They just didn't have any experience filming anything. So,
Now that would be interesting to try to do like a riff tracks for Primer. Can you make it interesting? I don't know what I'm talking about. Do you know what you're talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's make something that vibrates.
Whoa, that got weird.
Look, you can unplug the battery and it still vibrates. It makes fungus. And if you're going from the backside, you travel back in time. No, seriously, that's what happens.
Yeah, no.
Oh, thank you, Raylan. I didn't notice that. But yeah, thanks for trying to help with my cause. It's very nice of you.
Maybe Chad's more enlightened. I don't know. Or maybe Chad just likes to pick movies that are going to be torturous to watch. Although, like I said, your first pick... oh no, kitty attack.
I was like, she just jumps right in.
I'm gonna get him.
Although your first pick, like I said, it was much better. Like, that movie was kind of slow, and it had some issues, as far as just like kind of repeating the same themes and stuff. But yeah, I was at least entertained throughout the whole thing. Like I could at least watch it.
You didn't turn it off.
I didn't turn that movie off. If I turn the movie off, it's a garbage fire. So
Great.
Chad is on film sadist. I can have you watch this. Enjoy.
I would pick. I'm trying with mine specifically. I'm trying to pick films that are not well known.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
no, and
that's
that
the
is
point.
part of the goal.
Yeah.
Like when I go to Netflix and I look under the indie film list, like indie films, like
Yeah.
who's seen these?
Right.
I've seen pretty much 90% of the ones they have on the list,
Mhm.
and
Well, like how
So-
you already had even seen time lapse from my pick,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's yeah.
Well, like
And-
I would have picked, say, Turbo Kid back in the day when I knew about it and nobody else did. But nowadays, everybody knows about this film.
But I think this, again, I do find this as a. I would probably put it on, if you're into time travel movies, as a must watch. Absolutely, I would say this is a must watch.
And that's where I'm out because I'm not really into
Right.
time travel movies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not really into horror films, but I watched the full
he-
thing.
and-
Housebound was so much more entertaining than this.
But if I cut out at 30 minutes, it would have just looked like
Yeah,
a
you
horror
would have.
film.
Yeah, if he cut out on 30 minutes on that, he would have never. It would have been the same thing.
yeah, but at least it wasn't
Same
confusing.
thing.
Like at least it made sense.
It didn't make sense. What are these noises? Why is there banging coming on? Why is stuff disappearing? I'm confused.
I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on this one.
But no, I honestly say it for being an indie film, and we're trying to find lesser known movies. I agree completely that this could have eventually come up even on my list
Really?
down the road. Now, granted, at the same time, I think I would have done a bigger disclaimer.
Shows like the movies he picked. Boring and nice. Thank you to the face. Appreciate that.
The funny thing is when I recommend movies sometimes to you, you're like, God, that's so boring.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you find different things boring. That's all it is.
I just like thinking movies. I like movies that are confusing to most people. They keep me interested. I don't know.
As long as I can eventually decipher what's going on, I'm good. And that's why I don't like the beginning part of this movie. If you take the beginning chunk out, I like the time travel. Once it gets past that crap and then where they don't know what they're talking about to the actual time travel part, I like that movie. I do like that movie. So
Yeah.
But again, since you don't like time travel, I don't even know if you should revisit it.
Probably
But-
not gonna. I'm gonna call that right
It's
now.
like just calling it right now.
Yeah.
Show him the Ethan Hawke time travel movie next.
Which one?
Oh yeah, I can make that my next
That'd be
pick.
very confusing.
What movie?
Predestination or
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god.
I feel like I might have seen that before.
Oh, yeah. Have you? Did you watch it all the way through? Because the first
That
30
was-
minutes are
Plan
really
9 from
boring.
Outer Space. Yes. Actually, no, but the movie Ed Wood, right? That's fantastic. Where it shows the making of that, done by Tim Burton, and that's a really good movie, and not mainstream. Not one of his mainstream ones.
The what one?
Ed Wood, where Johnny Depp plays the director of Plan 9 from Outer Space.
That's the name of the film. Is
It's
Ed
Ed
Wood?
Wood. Mhm.
Oh, Tim Burton do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've seen it, but I know of the
It's
movie.
good. And have you ever heard of Plan 9 from Outer Space?
I've heard of that, but I haven't
Yeah. So that's considered by a lot of people to be the worst movie ever made.
seen it. Worse than Troll 2?
Yeah.
No, I actually, to tell you a story about Troll 2, I did not know that was the worst film ever made. So I was sitting there and because we had, where I worked, it was a seasonal job. We had a rec room where everybody would just sit around, hang out, drink beers, whatever.
Mhm.
And so I turned on the TV and I'm like watching, scanning through. I'm like, Troll 2, all right, let's check this out. Ends up, we watched the entire film and it was just hysterical. I end up looking it up and it was like worst film ever made. And I was like,
I've actually never watched it. It's on my actually to watch list because I know how bad it is.
it's
Mhm.
hilarious.
And that's why I want to watch it.
Yeah, it's one of those so bad it's good movies.
I've
The-
seen some
the
clips
popcorn.
occasionally. I've seen on different things where they've shown about it.
You see the popcorn clip?
No, I don't think so.
I'll have to show you that. It's,
No,
it's
I'll-
hilarious.
I think it's either on Hulu or Amazon, or it's on one of those right now that I have that I can watch it.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
garbage.
no.
The
It's-
Magical Unicorn.
It's a so bad it's good movie for sure.
Wait, what? You've seen it?
Troll 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He watches more than 30 minutes of that.
Well, the thing is
All right.
At least
I
he
get
could
it.
follow that.
I knew-
I got it.
the thing about Troll 2 is that I went into it knowing that it was like up there with like the worst movies ever made. So when you've got that attached to it, you're like, oh, I gotta sit through this. Because if it's one of the worst movies ever made, I have to see
No,
this.
and honestly,
Just the popcorn
I mean,
part is hilarious.
I think for primary, and again, it had been so long since I'd seen it, I couldn't remember. I'm like, I remember this movie being kind of torturous in some way, or I couldn't, but. And it didn't even been a while since you had. I think a better disclaimer ahead of time would have been better. And that's why I try to warn you a little bit by, as soon as I watched it, I'm like, God damn it, Chad. My head hurts now. You know, because
Chad.
I'm like, what's happening? What am I watching?
You're welcome, guys.
As I'm watching the movie, I got the Wikipedia pulled up. It's like, oh, this guy supposedly understands it. Still, no one can tell me what the fuck they're trying to make, but okay.
That's because they never tell you what they're trying to make.
Yeah, there are no trolls in Troll 2. I do know that fact, even though I've not seen it.
Like, no real trolls, but there's, like, fake trolls.
No, there's no trolls. The trolls are not part of it. They're like goblins and stuff in the second one.
Mhm. I don't think I've ever seen the first Troll.
I have seen the first one.
I don't think I have. I've only seen Troll 2.
Yeah, I just saw Troll 2, because it was on TV that night.
All right, so Jason,
I don't have a pick this week.
what?
Yeah, no, with vacation and all that stuff going on, I didn't really think about what I was going to use for this week, so I figured we would just take a break
Oh,
this week from watching people's picks.
Why don't you
And-
tell people to try out Mafia 3 there?
Well, I mean, if I was going to recommend anything, I guess my pick of the week could be Mafia 3, since that's what I've been doing most of the time.
Really?
Um,
You just talk so much crap about it.
No, I said-
And now I recommend it.
I said that
you
it
gave it a
was...
7 point. You said it on the
Yeah.
IGN scale.
Once
You gave
it
it a
gets-
7.5.
once it gets
I said that it was a good... If you're into, like, Grand Theft Auto style games...
There be goblins here.
In like open world crime games and stuff, like I am, there's a lot here for somebody like me who likes that type of stuff. But if you're,
Trash. You're going to
if
rage
you're
quit.
trash, yeah, you're gonna rage quit because it's gonna be too repetitive for you. But yeah, no, I couldn't think of any movies or anything that I wanted for this week, and I thought about maybe using a game. But
Chad hates that movie. I love that movie.
which movie?
Across the Universe.
Kill me now.
Not Kevin keeps trying to make me watch it.
You haven't watched it?
I haven't watched it
I've
yet.
been trying like 4 times.
Okay, it's not Kevin's pick of the week.
Okay, not Kevin's pick of the
Yay!
week.
And are you picking that?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
So what's the pick across the universe?
Jason hates you so much right now. He's just like, oh, damn,
Is it bad?
No,
It's garbage.
okay.
It's
Is it a dumpster fire?
garbage.
No, hold
It's
on.
worse than a dumpster fire.
Is it a dumpster
Yeah, but-
fire
but
with
how much-
Febreze sprayed on it?
But how much-
And a piece of
But
turd.
you've liked his pick so much. Why are you asking him for advice?
Well, yeah,
and
that's
his
true.
opinion.
But if I hate it so
do
much,
you like
what does
any
that
musicals
say?
at all?
I mean, I don't mind them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like Beatles music at all?
Yeah.
Imagine a movie told just by Beatles songs.
Okay.
Basically like the movie we just watched on Saturday. Only with a different band.
What was the one you
Oh.
watched Saturday?
We watched Jersey Boys over the weekend.
I had not seen that, but I understand. Yeah, it's kind of the
It's
same.
kind of along
Yeah.
the same lines.
All right, we'll watch it.
Thank you.
We'll watch. Okay, so that's the pick of the week then. We'll
It's
watch
pick of
Across
the
the
week.
Universe.
Cross the Universe. Not Kevin's pick of the week is Cross the Universe.
All right.
It's awesome. I love that movie, and I'm not big on musicals. There's been only a handful of musicals over the years that I've liked, and that's one of them.
You know, I actually have, just so you know, I have like OCD about watching films. Like, even if they're pure garbage, I end up having to watch it to see how it is. This movie, I literally watched 30 minutes of, cut it off. Didn't even have any issue afterwards. It was just X. What's the next thing I can do? Let's go move on. Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll be what we watch and we'll talk about it for next week.
And I don't know if it's available on any of the platforms.
It's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
High School Musical.
High School Musical.
High School the Musical. No. No. No.
I feel like I've seen one of those.
Yeah?
No,
Did you
no,
go
maybe
out
I
of
think
your way?
I feel like I've seen it because I've seen that South Park episode so many times where they make fun of it. So it's like you basically have seen it. But
Oh, that works, yeah.
I've
But-
seen clips from it.
The only musical I actually like more than that one is Moulin Rouge.
More than
Moulin
High School
Rouge.
Musical.
No, more than Across the Universe. I have not seen, and I will not see
High School Musical.
High School the Musical,
Are you
even if it
sure?
is a pick of the week. I don't
Are
care.
you sure? What if it has an all Star Wars cast? What if they do High School Musical Star Wars edition?
Wait, what is
That
it?
would make me torture. That would be
Moulin
just-
Rouge.
One of those things Becky would put into action.
All right, moving on. Let's get out. Let's stop talking about these movies.
Moving on.
Dumpster trash fires.
Dumpster trash.
Yeah. With Febreze.
Would that like totally? I think it would erupt at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. All
It's not High
right.
School Musical.
Time
not
for
high
the
school.
geek
No.
out.
Dan keeps calling it High School the Musical.
It's the musical about high school.
I thought that's what they called it.
No, High School Musical.
High School Musical.
I swear. Okay, I could have sworn they called it the.
No.
I love
Okay.
how To the Face is getting like super pissed about it, all caps. Like, that is my favorite film. Do not call it wrong.
I apologize.
I
That shows my.
fucking love High School Musical.
Oh,
It's like the best.
I really like that South Park
Yeah.
episode. It's a good one.
It's. No, wait, that's the Broadway one.
Yeah. Yeah, the Broadway one's good too.
all right.
So we're gonna play Geek Out.
Yeah.
We all know how much we love Geek Out.
All right. I'll go up. Red.
I feel like last time we played this, it didn't end well.
It never
Four.
does.
Name video games that contain many games.
Video games that contain mini games.
Yeah.
So, like, ones that you can play. The
Where
arcade
there's like a
and
little.
stuff.
Yeah.
A game within a game.
I thought you had on consoles already.
It should have been. Oh, just click on contest on the side. There you go. I had it on that screen.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, no, because I had to close it and reopen it. That's why it went away. It should be the bottom one.
I'm sorry.
you got
Face
it.
the ace. Yeah. It just. I'm too old for that when it happened.
Too old for a High School Musical.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Nope.
Yeah. It.
I was like,
Yeah, you were like in your 30s, weren't you?
I might have been.
If
I can't
I-
remember how long ago it
if
was.
I was like 12, you would have been.
12. What year did High School Musical
I don't
come
know. I
out?
was like 12 or 13, I think.
Yeah, what year did it come out? That's easier for me to tell you how old I was.
I think I was 13.
High School Musical.
So you would have
See,
been.
see, Coco knows. Thank you, Coco.
2006.
2000.
So, yeah,
So I was 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a little
I'm
too
good.
old for High School Musical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Little past your time.
No, I think you were still old enough.
I've
I
heard
mean, I'm a kid at heart, but come on, I'm not gonna watch High School Musical. See, I corrected myself. High School Musical
High School the Musical.
at 29.
The Star Wars edition.
Yeah, if it was High School
Ugh.
Star Wars, he'd watch it.
Ugh.
Star Wars High School?
No, High School Musical, the Star Wars edition. That's
Ugh.
if they made one of those, he would have to watch.
There's
Did you
music in the Star Wars
start?
Christmas
Go ahead,
special.
start the betting.
Oh,
So
so what's the thing again?
games that contain many games, video games that contain many games in it.
Minigame games. So it can be any game that has a minigame in it.
Right,
Okay.
and only one per
One
franchise.
per franchise?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. Betting is now open.
One per franchise. It's going to be kind of tough, actually. Because there's, like, games that are nothing but minigames. Does that count? Games that are nothing but minigames?
What? No.
No, it's a game that has a mini game in it.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, so...
Can't be like the Atari collection.
No, I'm
Right.
talking, like... Alright, we can't use this one. I'm talking specifically, like, Mario Party, where the entire game is nothing but a series of different minigames.
I'm thinking like actual
Actual
rank
video
of
games,
games
that have
a
game
mini
within
game in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much time's left? 10 seconds?
5.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
Yay.
It's closed.
It's closed. All right. Zelda: Link Between Worlds.
What mini game are you talking about?
Like where you can go and get the eggs and things from the.
Oh yeah. There's mini games in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow. I totally overthought the crap out of this question.
Okay, my first pick will be GTA 4 because you can go bowling in that game.
Fallout 4 built into the. See, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I thought
Mhm.
we were
No,
talking
and,
about.
and there are those, and I'm going to go really old school because it's the only thing that's coming to mind. Space Quest.
What's the mini game?
You could play the arcade games. It was like it's like King's Quest where it's the click and stuff, but you could actually go into the arcade and click on the games in the arcade.
All right. Red Dead Redemption. You could play horseshoes, five finger fillet, all that stuff. Poker.
I had no confidence.
What do you got?
Just at this point, you just name any Rockstar game.
Yeah, most Rockstar games have mini games in them. They have lots of games within the game in there.
Yeah, because I'm not fully understanding where you guys are going with this. Like,
No, it's so like if
because it's like Bully would have like where you could play basketball, but most of the game was other stuff.
yeah,
right?
that's
go.
exactly it. That's a mini game within a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I way overthought this.
Yeah.
I thought it had to be like an arcade. You could.
No. And because all these things are considered mini games. I'd say Witcher 3.
Yeah. What's it called? Gwen.
Yeah,
The
whatever
card
the
game?
card
Yeah.
game thing is.
Watch Dogs. They have the virtual reality trips that you can do.
Job Simulator. You can play Flappy Bird.
Yeah, okay. All right. Final Fantasy X. You can play the water polo game.
Really? No. No, you could not say that. You need to name the game. Because I enjoyed that game too much for you to say the water polo game.
I think that counts.
Blitzball.
Water polo. Was it
Thank you.
Blitzball?
Nice well, thank you.
It took me a second to think of what it was.
So we have to actually name the game.
No,
or-
no. He was just he was just being a brat.
Okay. Pokemon, Red and Blue, Gold and Silver. You can play the slot machines to win Pokemon in those games. That's a mini game. It's at the game corner. It fucking counts.
Yeah, and I'm at that point where I'm just drawing a blank now. There's like tons of games and mini games, but
Lego Marvel Superheroes.
What's the mini game?
There's tons of mini games.
Yeah, but you got to name at least one.
like where you can play the little RC cars.
Okay. I need another one.
I have one for once.
Uh-oh, not Kevin's got one. Son of a bitch. I'm drawing a blank. I feel like this shouldn't be hard, but it is hard.
It is hard. Well, because we're trying to think of them right now.
I can't think of like what the place is called, but I'm totally drawing a blank. But in Final Fantasy VII, there's an entire
Franchise has already been taken.
Oh, you can't. Okay, that's true. Oh man.
Racing.
Well, there's Chocobo Racing, but there's also like the thing that you can drive, like the motorcycle and stuff.
Oh yeah, they have tons of mini games in there.
Okay. This I don't know. That's not gonna count. Never mind.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it doesn't count. Son of a bitch. I'm really. Okay, Animal Crossing. You can get old school NES games in Animal Crossing, and you can play them. There you go.
Damn it.
I
I'm giving it to you because I'm struggling too hard.
win. What was yours?
The water polo game counts.
No, that's all the game was when.
Which? Oh, Wind Waker.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there was that thing. that you do.
But I already took the Zelda
Yeah, he
franchise.
picked Zelda franchise.
Well,
Yeah,
never mind.
there's a lot of mini games in
I
Zelda.
didn't even think of what it was called.
Mm. Cool, I won that one.
Nice save. I
well,
don't know we could think for that long.
Whoa! I didn't know there was a rule on how long we could think for.
What?
no,
What?
because no, I think he's more saying that you couldn't think more than 15 minutes into primer.
Oh, I
Is that where
gotcha.
you're going?
What?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I wasn't bringing that back up again.
I don't know.
Oh fuck. Do you guys know anything about Percy Jackson?
Not really. I've never even seen or
I don't
read it.
know. If we do have an answer for that, is it going to be like the manga was and we just throw it out anyways?
Yeah, I don't know anything about Percy Jackson, so we're skipping this card. Well, we'll just pick another color. And it, fuck this
That
card.
means another card.
Oh, man. Okay.
The winner is being questioned. Borderlands, yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, Borderlands has them. Okay, so this one's 2 Death Eaters from Harry Potter. Do you guys know enough about Harry Potter to
Say
do
two
this?
Death Eaters.
Death
from
Eaters,
Harry Potter.
basically.
I thought that's Death Eaters or Death Eaters.
No, those are Dementors. Death Eaters are like Voldemort's. Like,
Oh
henchmen.
God.
Yeah, I can do
Well,
it.
that's easy.
Is it though?
All right. Well, let's let these two. Don't vote for me. Vote for. So it's
I'll
between.
You cannot tell people not to vote for you.
It's already
Dan.
late. Too late. There, you can already.
See, I can
Well,
picture
I
a lot
can-
of them, but I can't think of names. But well, we can still go.
I can make it to
Well-
where they can't even vote for Dad.
Well, we
Yeah.
might as well just do another card then.
Can you think of names?
I want people to bet for people that'll still be wrong, like Dan. Like, because Dan would have failed. So
You can't think of any, Dan? You can't even think of one?
Like Beatrix.
there you go.
There you go. That was one.
Draco Malfoy.
Well, we
You got
can-
this.
Lucius Malfoy. All right, we're fuck it. New card.
I just changed it.
And I won't say if I know or don't know it.
Good, good.
Oh wow. I'm gonna. We got to do this one just because so we can do it. I'm not gonna be able to do this one very well. Yeah,
Really?
fuck it.
Can I do one and just say, no, I don't know any of these, so let's just skip it.
God, this game is just balls. 2 fictional cybernetic civilizations. Fictional cybernetic civilizations.
That's a hard one.
That is very.
That one
hard.
is really hard.
I haven't seen.
That's what I
Final
mean, like,
Fight
this
in quite
game-
some time.
Is hard.
Oh, no, it's other than movies.
The last one was 2 tabletop game designers and inventors, and like you would be the only person here who would be able to answer that.
And even then,
I'd only had
I
like
can name games and I
Yeah.
can name publishers, but I can't think of actual game designers other than the guy that designed Magic the Gathering, and I'm drawing a blank actually. Something Garfield.
Mhm.
Yeah, this game's like over the top, like hardcore geek to know these answers.
super hardcore geek.
Who have that one?
Which one? 6 films that have won the Academy
So-
Award for Best Picture.
Best Picture movies?
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
keep up with the Oscars. Wouldn't be able to tell you that one either. Comic book pregnancies.
That one's already been.
We've done comic book
Well, it's
pregnancies.
been said.
Yeah, I think we
Characters
skipped
transform
that
from
one.
their human form?
So like characters that morph
Mm-hmm.
into something else.
I don't know. That one.
See, that one's tough too. All these cards are bad today. We're not playing Geek Out anymore. We're done.
Jason wins. Woo!
Here we go. Yellow one.
What's the yellow one? 2 female characters in the Star Wars universe.
Really, Dan? Let me pick one.
Yeah.
Oh, name every Final Fantasy character. All right, let's do that one.
Let's not do that
No,
one.
like I would actually
Can I pick
pull
one?
that specific.
Yeah.
Alright,
come on over.
Here, out of this card, you pick one.
Out of that card, I can't
Yeah.
just pick a card.
No, because there's
Well, here.
there's a couple on there that are okay.
I gave her 2 cards. One I didn't even look at.
Oh, Ace named a bunch of Death Eaters.
Should I go easy or should I go like retarded?
Well, one that we think you think all of us could at least name a couple.
Yeah,
of
if you
things.
think we have a chance.
But I thought
Okay.
his name was Crab. The way they pronounce his name, I thought it was Crab. Crab and Doyle.
You know, I always thought it was
Yes,
That's
Star Wars
one.
count. Star Wars cards count.
Star Wars stars can't
Okay.
count.
But there are only 2 female stars.
Should I?
So
Should
good.
There's
give you-
3 at least.
Should I give you an option or should I just tell you?
No, just tell us.
Wait, should we roll?
Otherwise, we'll argue about it.
Should we roll?
4 Spider-Man enemies.
Spider-Man enemies.
Spider-Man villains? Okay.
So you start. Well, like, let's vote first. Spider-Man villains.
Okay. Voting is open.
Okay, so we're voting for Spider-Man villains.
Who can name the most?
Yeah, we gotta not play Geek Out anymore.
Yeah,
It's
I
just,
hate this game.
this game is so hard. And like it's just so like everything is like so just out there and really, really
And
abstract.
and then the fact that you're under the pressure to come up with it in a small amount of time.
Yeah, and the thing about like geeks, I guess in general, or just like geek culture, is that everybody kind of has their things that they're into, like their own sections of nerddom and geekiness. And like these cards, they try to give you like a pretty good range of everything, but I don't know. Like I can be really nerdy about some very specific things, but then when it asks me to name Warhammer fantasy deities, no way could I do that.
Nope.
Yep.
Yeah. I usually just
We all have niches.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
yeah. I enjoy a lot of things, but then I also forget
Wow.
a lot of things.
There's no love for either of us.
Holy shit! Everybody voted for me. Wow, that's
Well, Jason's the comic guy.
Let's prove them wrong.
yeah. Name more villains than me, guys.
Dude,
Okay.
it's this game
Voting's
I suck
over.
at.
Go for it.
Okay, I'll start with Venom,
Vulture.
Green Goblin.
Hobgoblin,
Carnage. I don't
Doc
know.
Ock.
Electro,
Scorpion.
Shocker.
Rhino,
We're like running to that part where I don't know if it's
He
Hobgoblin.
already
named
said it.
Hobgoblin.
Green Goblin.
We already did Green Goblin
I already
too.
did.
See,
Green
that's
Goblin, yeah.
that's
Sandman.
Sandman, that was a good one. Oh man, I just had one. No.
yeah.
Fuck.
It happens.
Fuck.
Is
All
that
right. Yep. Move on.
the lizard?
Oh god damn it! Why didn't I even think of that?
Chad, did you keep going? Or was Chad out?
Chad's already out.
Chad was out.
Yeah. I got to that
So, yeah,
point
Dan
where
won.
I forgot what everybody said. Because you guys kept going so freaking fast.
Yeah,
that's,
that was-
like, that's part of
I
the
was
goal,
like,
though.
wait,
That
what
was
did
the
he-
problem. Was
I
going
like,
too
what did he
fast. I
just-
couldn't think of what we said and what we hadn't said.
Yeah, I was
But
like,
that
what did
that's
he
part of the
just say?
game.
hmm
Yeah.
You let.
I let a lot of people.
All
down on
right.
that one.
So pick us one more.
Yeah, you should pick another one.
Okay.
Silver Surfer Toxin Ancient Venom. Someone mentioned
Scorpion.
he did. Or is Scorpio and Scorpion two different
Fucking
people?
Mysterio. Didn't even like that was the
Wow,
one that I was
the
trying to
coolest
think
one.
of. Yeah.
No, it's like I was just trying to blank.
Well, I was trying to get through all the movie ones first.
Mm.
Here's an easy one that has no bias at all.
No bias.
4 national parks.
National parks.
That's in Geek Out.
Yeah, it's that like catch-all.
Oh,
and
Craven the Hunter. Like, oh, they're all coming
Okay.
to me now.
So-
I'm starting voting.
National park. Who can name the most national parks?
Oh my
Mm.
god.
Okay.
This shows like, okay, you're such a geek, you don't even know this about,
National parks.
Every time anybody wants to play this
Don't
game,
vote
I
for me.
just don't want to play.
Yeah, don't vote for me on this one. Of course, vote for me.
Yeah, Two-Face is gonna hate you.
Double hate.
National parks.
30 seconds.
I can name like 2, and that's it. You guys should vote for me. Vote for me. Oh, it looks like a lot of people are voting for Dan.
Oh, God.
He's older, he's been around.
Yeah, he's probably been to a lot more
I've
national
been to
parks.
all the national parks.
Ace no
I remember
dice.
being raised on that national park.
When it was founded.
I'm already calling it. Dan's gonna win this one.
Oh, good.
Okay.
All right, Chad,
Voting's
you
over.
start.
Yellowstone.
Glacier.
Those were my 2.
What?
I can't think of any other ones right now.
Death Valley.
Yosemite.
Redwood Forest. It's a national park. Or is that a national forest?
I'll accept it. And then there's the other one, Sequoia.
Mm. The national polar bear.
Park.
Polar Bear Park? I don't know if that's real, Chad.
Really, my laughing didn't give it away.
We're not supposed to be naming fictional national parks. I could name those
There
all
was
day.
nothing in there that said you couldn't. It's too late for you. Way to go, Dan.
Do you still have to name one?
I do.
Wait, no. 'Cause if you were the last one to name one, then
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I was.
yeah.
Wasn't I?
If you were the last
Yeah.
one to name one, then you won.
All right.
I think those are national forests, though, now that I think about it. But
Sequoia is a national park, I know for sure. And I think it is the Redwood Forest. But...
All right, I'm done with Geek Out. We can't play this game anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, just flip the table.
Great, Dan. Now we got to play 52 card
I'm
pickup.
not picking them though.
Yeah.
It went a little better with that.
Yeah, at least when you picked them, we could at least name them. Like, or at least had some ideas. 2 tabletop games with a Chinese theme.
What?
Yeah.
But with the Chinese theme,
hmm
like
Like Chinese checkers.
yeah, I couldn't even remember the name of it.
And what's that one with the dragons where you have to follow the route? I don't know.
One with the dragons.
Draw the dots. Drawing the dots.
Tesoro. And yeah.
No idea.
Way to go, Dan! You just won another one.
Yep, Dan wins again.
Ah.
All right, but
Wow.
yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, it's a great game. Great game. It's not very good for somebody who has a very short memory span.
It's also
But
not very
it's,
good if you
On the spot.
if you don't know everything about everything.
That as well. Yes.
Yeah, if you know everything about everything, you'd be pretty good at this game.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we got our pick of the week.
Yep.
We're not doing Saturday. We're trying to figure out where we're going to do our secondary stream,
Correct.
and it's going to be a gaming stream because we are going to, as we mentioned on the VR one, that we're going to make one this newscast, and the other is going to be tabletop and video game
Oh,
focused.
you did talk about it on the VR stream?
We did. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be cutting this particular stream down to once a week. But we're going to do another stream. We're still going to stream twice a week, but the other one's going to be more something different. And I think the next one that we're going to do, we're planning on tabletop game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're going to play some tabletop game next time. Just not this Saturday. We're still thinking on what day we're going to do it, but we'll post it here on Twitch.
And we might be switching some days around or
Some scheduling stuff might change, but we'll let you guys know here on Twitch, and we'll post it on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that.
Saturday will be Scare Jason in VR. From now on.
Nope.
every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
And the rules of us not messing with each other in VR don't apply to Jason, so we will jump up behind him and make really loud noises.
That's a bad idea. Like,
Just with him walking by me, and I thought like a ghost was in the room.
Mhm.
Enough.
that's just a really bad idea.
Ugh.
Like,
Jason's like, no.
yeah, there might be some pain that comes with that.
Yeah, I'll just poke you with a stick then.
But anyway, thanks everybody for the hosts. Thank you to the face. Thank you Trash. Thank you Coco. Thanks everybody for hanging out and watching our
Yes.
stream, chatting with us. We will be back soon. We'll let you know what day that is. Just check
on
out
all our media.
on all our media stuff.
It'll be in all the spots here on Twitch, on Twitter, Facebook. We'll put it in all the spots.
Mm-hmm. But anybody have anything else before we go?
Okay.
All right.
What do you want? Oh, is that
Yeah,
my opening?
That's
We
your
didn't
opening.
talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer going to be a part of the stream. Just to let everybody know ahead of time, because you didn't tell me I was going to.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
we
we just
realized
didn't
ahead of
wanna say
time.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just the option if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But yeah. So thanks everybody for the welcoming words, especially you to the face. Been a fantastic run with you there. But yeah, thanks again, guys.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.